If you've been to hotels or malls or any place with a parking lot, I'm sure you've come across the inscription, cars are parked at owner's risk. What the managers or owners of those hotels or those facilities are simply saying is that if your car gets missing while it is parked in our facility, we will not be held responsible or will not be made to pay for it. Some people don't even know the meaning of the statement or the meaning of that inscription. They just decided to join the bandwagon because they've seen it somewhere. Okay, let's do it in our hotel too. Let's do it in our malls too. Just like you will see a lot of people hanging the picture of the president of Nigeria in their hotels as if it is in the constitution. They just decided to join the bandwagon, but that's not what we're talking about today. So, what's the real import of the statement, cars are parked at owner's risk? Let me explain the short story. Justice Anya traveled from Arochukwu to Owerri for a book launch and he decided to spend the night in a hotel. So, he drove into Imo Concord Hotel, into their parking lot, and was given a plastic disc by the security operatives with the number 102 on it. He parked his car despite the inscription that he had seen that cars are parked at owner's risk. He parked his car and he put the keys in his pocket and went to bed. He checked out of the hotel the next morning about 7 a.m., but on getting to the parking lot, his car was nowhere to be found. He reported to the hotel management, an investigation was carried out, but it yielded no result. So he decided to sue. This story gave birth to the popular Imo and, sorry, Anya and Imo Concord Hotels Limited. He argued that he deserved some compensation for the loss of his car, which was parked in the hotel he had checked into and he was using their services. And the hotel argued, based on that inscription, that owners are parking their cars at their own risk, that they were not liable to pay him because the parking lot was just a service that was provided for their guests and not a guarantee that their cars will be safe. Guess what? The hotel won that case. The Supreme Court ruled in favor of the hotel based on that inscription. And in my humble opinion, that decision was unfair. Because if I'm paying for your service, I'm lodging in your hotel, the least you can do is make sure that my things are safe. So you want to take my money, but you don't want to provide security for my car. It doesn't make sense. But alas, do you want to beat the Supreme Court? I think not. Oyo is your case. So what do? The Supreme Court in the same case had stated or had ruled that in a situation where a guest drives into a hotel parking lot and is given a metal disc, if the guest locks his car and then hands the key over to a security operative and draws their attention to where the car is parked, a duty of care may be established. So this is not a reason for hotels or other business owners to celebrate that just with that inscription, they can be exonerated from fault. If you establish a duty of care, which is a whole different ball game, there are several things you have to prove to show that there is duty of care. If you can establish duty of care, you might be able to get compensation for the loss of your car. But to avoid English, you have to take extra steps to secure your car. Example, you can lock your pedals. People do it, so there's no shame in it. You can just put that iron there and lock your pedals, especially when you know that where you're parking your car is porous. Or you do what the Supreme Court said, draw the attention of the security operatives to where your car is, give them the keys. But that is not even a very safe idea. So why don't you just lock your pedals? Especially now that these criminals have found a way to disable car security systems. To avoid English and see you in court and I know my rights, just avoid problem. That's the law for you. Sometimes it's not fair, so you have to make sure that you protect yourself. Thank you very much for watching my video to the end. I will see you next weekend with a new video. And if you haven't subscribed yet, kindly do so. I talk about law in a fun way and I talk about lifestyle too. Bye.